Hey guys, this is Rinjian. A lot of you know me actually as Morganson Littell from the NaNoWriMo.org website. The rest of you know me as Willow Seawater Horse from Hearth and Home. As I made the post on my blog earlier, I believe about 3 days ago now, I mentioned I was taking part in NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. It is the end of the first day, November 1st, and I have reached my goal. My daily goal is 3,334 words per day. I actually exceeded it. I made it up to 3,600 some words today, so I'm past it. But I wanted to kind of share a few tips with you guys today to hopefully keep some of the other writers going and some of the other Rimos up and pumped for the first few days of NaNoWriMo. So I wanted to show you some really cool things. One of the biggest things that I do is multiple progress charts instead of just the one word count one. I actually do several different charts to chart my progress and see where I'm at, and to help motivate me of, okay, this is where you're really at in your book. So let me show you those. I have a few right here. You'll notice I have sticky notes all over where we're starting, and there's going to be more as the month goes. But I have a few charts right here, and what these are is, this one is my chapter progress, and this one is my episode progress, and that one over there is my word progress by 10K and then eventually 5K intervals. What I do a bit differently than quite a bit of writers is I am unable, like physically incapable, of writing full-on chapters. Like if you read Harry Potter, I cannot, a few things over here, I cannot write chapters like what's in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books. It's just not possible. It's too lengthy for me, and I don't have a maintainable goal that I can reach. So I have to break it down further. Excuse me. I have to break it down further, that way I actually have something, a milestone that I can hit easily without losing inspiration and being able to still encourage myself to continue going after I hit it. So what this is I have episodes per book, and I have chapters per episode. So this is my episode progress chart, and I actually started coloring this in backwards because I started with episode 1 up here instead of down here where I wanted it, so I could go from bottom to top. So instead I'm going top to bottom, although I could always flip it upside down, but then my mother would laugh at me for standing on my head trying to read my chart. So it's starting top to bottom. I've already, when it comes to Tears of Pain, I wrote in my profile in NaNoWriMo and stuff, I actually started this book last year, so this is not a new book, therefore I cannot officially win. But that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I am more focused on finishing this book this year because I have been unable to write anything else. So I've already finished episode 1, which is titled Exile, and I am in episode 2 called Among Humans. And then if you look over here, this is for episode 2. I've already completed chapter 1. I've already gotten up to the beginning of chapter 2 is where I'm working through right now. I am in chapter 2, progressing toward chapter 3. If I recall from my outline that I briefly typed out, I believe I am about a third of the way through. So in a relatively short time, that will be filled in up to here. And if you look down here, it says number of episodes, that's per book, and the number of chapters per episode. I normally do about 5 episodes per book, so it keeps it maintainable. And then I average about 7 episodes, or 7 chapters per episode. Just because it makes it smaller milestones that I can reach, and I don't have to be like, oh my god, when am I going to reach this thing? I'm not going to get there. The other thing that I mentioned was I have this word progress chart, my writing chart. This starts at 10,000 words, 20K, goes all the way up to 70K, and then it breaks up to 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. My ending goal for the month is to reach 100,000 words. And honestly, where I'm at right now, because I am on track, I actually will hit the 50,000 word mark by NaNoWriMo's calculations by the 14th or 15th. So that's about halfway through. That's pretty darn good. So I'm right on track actually with where I need to be and how many words I need to be writing a day. And so obviously as I go, that will get colored in and that will continue. And if you look all the way over on the side where there's a little bit of a kind of like a gray blue color, it'll say November blank there 2014. That is so that as I hit those 10k digit marks and eventually 5k digit marks, I'll be able to put in, okay, well, you accomplished this on this day. And then so I'll have bragging rights for that day. And you'll see that I have sticky notes everywhere, and I have one hiding over here behind me too. These are like great ideas. Like this one was where I wanted to start today. This one is part of my writer's track. I put together what's called a writer's track, kind of like let's scooch that out the way. Kind of like if you guys watch a really favorited movie of yours and you really like the music to it, that's a soundtrack. You can actually buy soundtracks, of course, for the movies that you enjoy watching. So just like you would buy or have a soundtrack for a movie, I have a writer's track for my book. That way, as I'm listening to it, I'm getting ideas for the book, which makes it easier for me to write. I am a musically inclined person. Music has a special touch to me and works on my brain a bit differently than some other people it does. So it helps me when I have music in the background to be able to continue writing and getting the ideas that I have. But so back to my post-it notes here. This one pretty much just, like I said, it told me where I needed to start for today. This was a reminder of, okay, you need to start a new document so you don't get confused at where you're at, because the official story novel document that I have that has the entire book in it already has the title page, the information page with all the copyright info and the ISBNs and all of that, and my dedication and my table of contents, and then eventually the story starting. I have all that laid out already, so it's kind of hard to drop where I started into that document until I can get to that point in the document itself. So, because where I started today was I began writing at the end from where the prologue actually picks up. I posted the prologue as part of my excerpt. I believe part of it was last year, and then I had it for short term, like for 3 days before NaNoWriMo started, was my excerpt that had the profile or the prologue in it. Now actually it is what I wrote today. And then I have for the writer's track for what I wrote today is Skillet. If anybody listens to Skillet music, they're a really good band. They have some really great music. I love it. It really hits hard when it comes to writing Tears of Pain, and it gets some of the ideas across. So that's part of my writer's track. So I had the note of put in my Skillet CD as part of my writer's track for Tears of Pain. And then something that I use to help encourage myself to keep going is I have my post-it note right here, which is make hot cocoa, which is my writing drink. I have a container of water filled, which I have down sitting next to my desk. Put munchies together, so if I get hungry, I have that there. Turn off my internet, because I have a nasty habit of getting sidetracked when I'm on the internet. And then I have turn on my timer for 15 minutes. That is if I just want to do quick short 15 minute bursts. This one over here is my reminders, and that is take a break every 30 minutes to an hour. Usually about at the 15-minute mark, I'll stop, I'll look away for a couple of seconds, I'll massage my head if I have a headache, I'll take my glasses off, close my eyes, stretch, maybe I'll get up and walk around for a couple of minutes or something, then I'll come back and get right back to work. I have drink lots of water, keep good munchies, not the crappy chips and dip and things like that nearby. It's like carrots and celery and things like that and peanut butter. And then the biggest reminder, get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So, and one of my biggest things that I want to remind people, especially with even the way that I am, don't write more than 4,000 to 5,000 words a day. You will burn out. And if you burn out in the first 7 days, how are you going to keep going through NaNoWriMo? It's 30 days long. So that's the best thing I can do. So for right now, I hope you guys are enjoying your first day. Best of luck to you, and hope you continue with NaNoWriMo. See ya.